Hey guys, Daniel here, the series Theorizer, back with another video. Now, I didn't plan on reacting to this video, but I listened to the intro and decided that I just needed to review this theory because just from the 19 seconds I've seen, it's insane. Which, I've seen like 3 videos from this guy, they're always insane. But regardless, I just want to real quick say, the chair that last time I believe I mentioned, that it's almost broken, so I like Rick's sitting on it. I went to sit down and it just collapsed backwards on the leg. So, because of that, it's now broken into, like, 9 pieces. So that's interesting. So now I'm sitting on, like, a stool, which is really uncomfortable. But anyway, let's get into this video. Oh yeah, it's I should probably mention, it's the Flash the Flounder theory, SpongeBob conspiracy. These aren't just theories, these are just conspiracy videos. Like real and alien conspiracy, territory. SpongeBob, the big mean flounder that gained control over his dad. But what if I told you that Flats is not just a bully, but a stalker, or even worse, somebody in the TV show is secretly hiring Flats to kill SpongeBob. This theory is about to change the way you think about SpongeBob SquarePants. This is the Flats Flounder theory. I'm very curious what evidence he has for this theory, because the last theory I reviewed from this guy, I've only reviewed one of this guy's past theories, but they didn't go so well, and I have watched a few of his theories off camera that I may or may not make a video on just for how ridiculous they are. But some of them are good, like the Sponge Nom theory is actually kind of good, but I have not seen another theory that's actually good. If you think SpongeBob is a weird TV show, you're not alone. This is one of the only TV shows that hides serious topics and gives small hints that lead to the truth of how crazy SpongeBob SquarePants is. It's like a cheese pizza with pepperoni underneath. You will never know what it is without taking that first bite. But I'm determined to use all the hints to find the thread to connect the theory. Now let's get on to this. Okay, yeah, I'll start with his first appearance. If I sound like I'm farther away, it is because I am. I'm pretty loud, so I think that he should be able to be heard still, but I'm on my bed now because I can't sit on the stool. Bowling school. Flats the Flounder is a light green, unusual looking fish that attended Mrs. Puff's boating school in the episode The Bully. SpongeBob introduces himself to Flats, who responds with, "SpongeBob, I'm gonna kick your butt." "SpongeBob, I'm gonna kick your butt." SpongeBob takes this as a joke. I think you said hi first. Literally rips his chest hair off to show that he means it. But why would he bully SpongeBob for no reason? What if I told you that Flats joined the boating school just to bully SpongeBob? In this exact episode, we see something incredible. Flats is driving a garbage truck. I don't know if that's actually impressive. I feel like operating a garbage truck with like the crane hand and everything would be hard, but just driving one, I don't feel like would be that difficult. I get that it's bigger than like a normal vehicle, so it's a little bit harder for like tones and stuff, like driving a school bus, but it can't be too much harder than just driving a normal vehicle. Why would someone who knows how to drive go to boating school? Because he doesn't even need a license. Why is Flats in boating school if he doesn't need a driver's license? What in the world do you mean? You legally need a license to drive. I cannot legally drive. I do not have my license or my temporaries currently. I plan to go and finally take the written test when I turn 16. Even though I can legally take it right now. But, hey, stop. Stop. My cat's doing something ridiculous, but regardless, can you stop? Regardless of that, I can't just go like, well, I know how to drive, so I'm going to drive. I could do that, but it is illegal. So, even if you know how to drive, you still have to get your license, or in this case, your boating license. You can't just go drive just because you know how to.
I believe that Flats came here for revenge, but there is no way this is gonna make sense. SpongeBob never harmed anyone in Bikini Bottom.
Was that
Holy
before?
crap. In season 1, Sandy's rocket proves Flats' revenge. SpongeBob and Patrick were going alien hunting thinking Bikini Bottom was a different planet. Lo and behold, who we see? Flats the Flounder. SpongeBob shot Flats with the alien gun and abducted him. And when you look carefully at the end of the episode, we see the rocket trapped on the moon. SpongeBob left Flats on the moon.
Saying that he left Flats on the moon implies that he sent him there and stranded him there. SpongeBob stranded the entirety of Bikini Bottom, including himself there. Not just Flats. That doesn't mean he doesn't want revenge, but I'm just saying the way he stated that was not a good way to say it.
This probably triggered Flats to run after SpongeBob. He must have sworn to take revenge on him and make him pay the debt. But how did Flats know so much about SpongeBob? Like where he lives and learns at? There must be somebody helping Flats get closer and closer to his prey.
What in the world?
Back to the same episode, The Bully. SpongeBob walks around the halls of Mrs. Puff's boarding school, and out of the blue, the phone rings, and to our surprise, guess who picked up the phone?
Hi, I'd like to place an order for delivery.
Patrick? Is that you?
Yeah, hey Mario.
Patrick Star. Patrick calls the boarding school and mistakes it as a pizza store called Pizza Castle. In the whole TV show, we have never heard of a pizza store called Pizza Castle. Maybe because it does not exist.
Stop saying Patrick is the mastermind behind everything. He's a starfish that literally does not have a brain. You can't keep saying Patrick is mastermind. Patrick is not IQ 100. He's not even IQ 5. It's just a joke, dude. You're analyzing this joke too closely at this point. You can't use every joke as an excuse for being evidence that someone is doing something. You just can't. And why exactly did he say, and guess who picks up the phone? I think you misstated though, because Patrick doesn't pick up the phone, he calls and SpongeBob picks up. Which, I get where he's going with this, but it's like, dude.
And it's a lie made up to fool SpongeBob. But how the heck did he accidentally dial the boarding school telephone at the exact same time SpongeBob passed by? Maybe because Flats is stalking SpongeBob. Patrick then says he
Impossible. Impossible. Because he is at Patrick's house at this very moment.
bumped into a community college buddy named Flats. But remember, Patrick doesn't seem like the type of people to be smart enough to enter a college, so this is...
No. Community college and college are two different things. They're very different. Anybody who's been to community college would tell you that.
obviously a fake statement.
No, they're not closed. Oh, I'm sorry, SpongeBob. I was just talking to my old community college buddy, Flats.
He also mentions he met him in the soda shop.
I bumped into him at the soda store. Isn't that funny?
What? What is a soda shop? Again with the lies.
What? I'm sure that the song. I'm so. I can't speak. I'm sure a soda store exists. And second off, he literally has a soda. You can't say, oh, this is a lie, when there's clearly a blatant fact that this proves that. Because even just like saying that, it's just like, let's just say that, oh, he didn't bump into the soda, so that's a lie. Patrick isn't small enough to lie like this. We know this. I'm not going with Patrick is the secret genius. There's no actual proof for that. I don't care. I'm more likely to believe the Alex Bale Patrick is a robot theory, which I think is actually a pretty good theory.
There is no such thing as a soda shop, which means Patrick probably bumped into Flats in the episode Sandy's Rocket. He offered him a job to kill SpongeBob. Flats had a very evil smirk on his face, which proves that he intended this to happen. But if Flats
It doesn't prove anything. Second off, did he say that Patrick hired Flats to kill SpongeBob? Because, well, Patrick's not a good friend, but he's not gonna hire someone to kill someone. Doesn't this also contradict your theory of Patrick? Like, what was the last theory? Patrick is being paid by Cinian. Wouldn't that be weird for him to be paying someone else because he has like no money except for what Cinian pays him? And actually, Cinian wouldn't have to pay him much. Just Cinian could just give Patrick food.
was at Patrick's home, who was spying on him? Well, who hates SpongeBob just as much as Squidward? Who is having nightmares and suffering from PTSD just because of SpongeBob? Who teaches SpongeBob and can't control him? Mrs. Puff.
Okay.
She seems like the type of person to hate SpongeBob. I'm thinking that Mrs. Puff was part of this mastermind plan and partnered.
Objection. We have seen in multiple episodes, I have mentioned this first, Demolition Doofus is one episode where Mrs. Puff snaps and tries to kill SpongeBob after she makes her lose like her ability to puff up. But besides that, we have seen, I think about 3 times. I can only name like one, and I can't name what episode it's from. But well, SpongeBob is in danger, and Puff tries to help him. Like, Mrs. Puff tries to actually legitimately help SpongeBob because he's in danger. So that already shows that that's not true.
Flats and Patrick to spy on SpongeBob. And if you look at the chalkboard where Flats was drawing something, he clearly drew SpongeBob getting beaten up by him, and Mrs. Puff didn't even notice it. What the hell? Why wouldn't Mrs. Puff notice him wanting to beat him up on the chalkboard? She is either blind or she's trying to kill SpongeBob. Please draw for us a diagram of a basic form.
That doesn't prove she wants to kill him. If he says Demolition Doofus as a source for this video, I'm gonna lose it.
White intersection. My, how very creative! In the episode New Student Starfish, she apparently had an X-ray chalkboard where she can see through. Good job, boys!
Where is this going?
Behind my one-way chalkboard, and I couldn't be happier with your teamwork. Mrs. Puff carries technology to spy on SpongeBob. When SpongeBob told Mrs. Puff,
I don't feel like that's specifically to spy on SpongeBob. It wouldn't make sense for it to just be in the classroom for us to spy on him.
about Flats being a bully, she told Flats and used his name. SpongeBob, you can tell me anything.
But only if you promise to keep it between us.
Of course.
I knew I could count on you.
SpongeBob, I talked to Flats for you. I used your name. Mrs. Puff, you excuse of a boarding school teacher. You just did this to get SpongeBob's butt kicked, and you know it. Shame on you, Mrs. Puff. I hope Mr. Krabs rejects you. She wants to get rid of SpongeBob so she can stop having PTSD and nightmares of dealing with an all-time...
I won't kill that. But regardless, I think you left out some context of, everything. Yeah, she talked to him, and Flats told her that, he comes from kicking someone's butt means they want to be friends. Which is stupid. But SpongeBob, what do you expect? There was no message behind that, and still it doesn't prove she wants him to kill SpongeBob. Beat him up? Yeah, I believe that Mrs. Puff might actually be okay with Flats beating SpongeBob up some. But I don't think that she would hire him to do it. So yeah. So I really don't believe that's true.
Failure. She sounds enthusiastic to end SpongeBob's life. In a lot of episodes,
Oh no, they're fighting it. They're fighting it.
we have seen Mrs. Puff trying to murder SpongeBob, whereas she could just.
A lot? Is one a lot nowadays? I'm sorry, what does a lot mean now? I'm confused. Is a lot like one? I only remember ever existing one. Like even in season 10, there's an episode where she tries to save him. Where is a lot of her trying to kill?
Fire him and end this whole thing, but she is forced to teach him.
Wait, what?
We have seen Mrs. Puff trying to murder SpongeBob, whereas she could just fire him and.
You can't fire a student. Could you imagine if when there was a troublemaker in class in school, you can just be like, I fire you, leave and never come back. You can't do that. They get paid for you to be there. They don't pay you. You pay them. So I imagine in boarding school, SpongeBob pays to be there. To get the class. So I feel like that's just stupid.
End this whole thing, but she is forced to teach him, and the way to get out is to end his life. If you're wondering why Patrick wants to end SpongeBob, then look no further, let me explain. You may think that they're the greatest friends, but you're absolutely wrong. The only reason Patrick likes SpongeBob is because of his food and money. You all know that Patrick does nothing but sleep all day and wonder how he's surviving. SpongeBob is funding for his bills, food, and home.
Doesn't this completely contradict the Squirm theory by you saying that? Your theories have to fit together for them to all be true. Alex Bale made all of his theories fit together. You're contradicting yourself.
Otherwise, he would go homeless. I think Patrick wants to end SpongeBob's life because he wants to inherit everything that SpongeBob owns so he never has to work a day in his life.
How does your friend inherit anything from you? Personally, I feel like if SpongeBob died, his will would say Mr. Krabs or Squidward. Not Patrick.
So now we all know that Patrick, Flats, and Mrs. Puff are planning the destruction of SpongeBob. But a lot of you guys think Flats is still joking, and if you do think that, then take a look at this clip.
Are you Flats' dad?
Why, yes I am.
Who wants to kick my butt?
Dad, what are you doing? Nothing, son. What did I tell you about talking to strangers? Now he's gonna kick my butt.
SpongeBob goes to complain to Flats' dad, and when Flats appeared, his dad freaks out and tells us that now he...
If you wanted proof that he's not joking, show the clip of him actually hitting SpongeBob. Why did you bother to show a pointless clip that proves nothing when there's a clip to actually prove what you just said? What are you doing?
He's gonna kick my butt. Why on earth is Flats' dad scared of his son? Flats is a manipulative figure that will not even spare his own dad at any cost. He seems like a dictator and abuses his strength and may even kill his father after this moment.
What in the world are you talking about? What does kick someone's butt mean to you? What planet is this guy from? Well, it kick butt means not beat up, but moto. That's not what it means. It means beat up, not moto someone.
And that's the flats flounder theory. This theory took a lot of effort, so I hope you guys enjoy.
Did it? A lot of wasted effort then, because this theory sucks. You made some points that actually could have some evidence. And you then didn't give actual evidence, but instead something that wasn't evidence. You made points that made the theory seem more ridiculous, and by using those points that were not necessary, that only made the theory more stupid, it makes the theory overall less believable. This whole video is a mess of random garbage trying to convince you of something that is very obviously not true at this point. It is just a theory. But where are your facts? You can speculate all you want, but give me something that's solid evidence, not this.
We finally revealed the truth of flats. Thankfully, SpongeBob is a sponge and absorbed the punches to save himself.
Gary, I'm absorbing.
Okay. Can I just mention something? How is the punch going to kill him? How does he plan to punch the man to death? Really? Yeah, okay. And also, you show the clip now. I don't know, could this have been good at any time? No, we're just going to glance over that? Okay. Yeah, sure we'll glance over that. That's just fine and dandy. Just fine and dandy. Debunked.